Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video we will have a look at a canik mete SFT. It's a 9mm version, and it's amazing how the Turkish company canik did improve over the last few years. That is the second firearm that I did buy from that company, and they steadily did evolve from a good system to an absolute great system, especially for the money. Quite likely currently in Turkey they are the best handgun manufacturer around, and it's really amazing how well the quality did develop and all that. Canik is in business for quite a while. They did come from the aerospace industry, which is relatively strong in Turkey too. Say many of the drones that are used in Ukraine against the Russian invasion there are made in Turkey. That's just some part of it, and of course we have to see that many don't agree with the Turkish politics or the Turkish president, but I mean, if you follow that, then canik is quite likely not the gun for you. For me, that is not that much of a problem as long as the quality is there, and I test as many items as I can, and make video about it, and learn how the item actually work and function and all that. So to start, I did already unpack some of the items here, so it's not 100% correct packaged up how it comes. Basically it starts with a really nice canik label polymer box. You can also use locks here on the side. It doesn't have any holes there, but you can use this part here for a padlock if you wanna secure the thing. As we open it up, we have on the top part there quite some information with the manual and some parts lists and all that. So that part here gonna come out. Then we have some more parts. It's absolute amazing what all comes with it. We have a medium grip strap here. Then we have a disassembly tool, especially also if you want to change the back strap. Then we have a little pistol thingy, but that is actually a bit holder in front, with some bits and screws for the optic plate and other pieces in here. I took those already out and put it in a bag. Then we have a cleaning brush and a cleaning rod. We have here some more pre-prepared cutouts, so you can take that out here. That is for another back strap. I don't know exactly for what those parts here are, but they are in there. Then we have a quality thingy that was quite likely on the trigger guard. We have, of course, a gun lock, for the trigger guard. That is standard in USA. Then we have here some of the small parts that are usually in the frame of the pistol. We see we have some tools with the different torques. We have extended magazine button with its screw. We have a mag funnel with its screw, and then we have some more screws for the optics plate. I just took that out instead of leaving it in the little pistol there, because it's not 100% positive. Here you see that thing gonna slide out so it slides out like that, and usually all is in that thing there, but I like it better in a bag. And in front we have the bit holder. Isn't that cute to screw on the pistol with the little pistol? So it's not a gadget, but it's actually a screwdriver there. Really nice. Then the item comes with a holster. So we have outside the waistband holster in this setup, and you can also switch those clips which you can unscrew on the outside, and then you have inside the waistband holster as well. You can adjust the tension there. The material is injection molded. It's not a Kydex. It looks a tiny bit like a Kydex, but it's injection molded. Some of the corners are a bit rough, so if you wanna carry that, you need to dehorn that a bit with sandpaper. I would suggest. We also see the fitting of the two layers are not 100% perfect, but hey, it's at least a holster that comes directly with the gun, and you, as I say, you can wear that inside the waistband, or if you switch it outside the waistband, that is already really nice from them. For if you want to have a dedicated inside the waistband holster, I personally use the Foxtrot concealment holsters like this one here. That has a different setup. It's a bit smaller too to carry. Video is on my YouTube channel. Then it of course comes with 2 magazines, and one magazine, if I get it out, one magazine is with the +2 bottom. Really nice design. Both magazines are made by Mekgar, quite likely the best magazine company in the whole world. Made in Italy. Really nice how they did it. And it also comes with same coyote brownish color magazine loader. Since some people have weaker hands, that for sure comes in handy. Really nice. Then the pistol itself. We have just a regular version of the canik. We see here the hole in the middle on the magazine button. There you can add on about 3 mm in height with that magazine button extension that I did show you in here in the bag. If you want to put it permanently on, use a bit Loctite. Then we also have the different back straps. You have to push out that pin here with that tool, and then you can switch out the back straps. Then we have the hole here for the magazine well, so you can put that on, slide it in from the front, and then secure it with that hole there, again with a Loctite if you're gonna use that. Unfortunately, by this model there is no lanyard hole on the pistol anymore. Maybe somebody gonna make a threaded part here that can be screwed in to be used as a lanyard loop. That would be really nice if you use that in a military style. The older version sometimes had a slot in here, so you could use basically the slot in conjunction with that pin as a lanyard hole. So that did work really well too. Then of course we have the optics cut. The older ones often did not have the optics cut. So we have basically 2 screws there that you can loosen up. The plate is steel too, and that reminds me that I did miss to tell that it comes with 2 pieces of polymer plates. Now I need to look in the manual exactly what kind of optics gonna fit on what plate, because they are not unmarked. Those are polymer plates. Hopefully somebody makes metal plates for that design too, but canik has more and more of a following, so that shouldn't be that much of a problem. Then for the fit and finish, the item is really nice made. I did already take it apart and looked inside and all that. We're not gonna do that, otherwise the people from YouTube gonna cry. So we have a steel slide and a barrel, of course. The barrel got nitrated. The steel slide is nitrated as well as black Cera coated. We have in this case a 3-dot sight. They did change by the newer models to just a front dot sight. The dots are relatively deep in it, and I mean you can black it out with paint too if you don't wanna have that, and you can also fill it with glow in the dark powder mixed with epoxy glue, so you have night sights. We have here the regular polymer slide plate, slide cover plate. They make those in aluminium too as accessory from a different company, Taylor Freelance, and I made a video about that too. Now the older, you need to check which model fit on your pistol, because the older model had a bit of different configuration there, so it's not each model compatible with that. At least the magazine fit with all the different models. The trigger is absolute great. I would say one of the best triggers around. That trigger here is even better than the earlier model, and already the earlier model was great. Absolute amazing. We have of course the Coyote brown frame, and we have here some stippling, laser engraved stippling. We have more aggressive stippling than with the older models, but it's still smooth, say up here, and we have those pyramids on the back side there. So for me personally, that is too slippery, so I got me Talon grips, basically a rubberized grip tape that you can put on, and they had it in a brown that nearly fits 100% on the gun color there, so really nice. That's part of why I got them. Plus it's the rubberized version, so that gives me then more traction, more grip. I did do that already by the older version that they made. That model had a bit less grip, but for some people it can be enough grip on the gun, and for some they can't easy touch it because it's already too much textured. So it's always a bit tricky, but they did a great job on this one here. So with most people that should be good enough. Just for me personally, I want to have a bit more grip. Then we have the typical rail in front, and we have the serrations here. We have a nice disassembly part there, all easy to use. By reassembly you need to make sure that the recoil spring with its guide rod, the spring is captured on it, is completely in the correct notch. There are 2 notches in the barrel. If you put it in one notch, the slide will not go on the frame. It needs to be in the second notch with a bit more pressure, and then the slide goes on. So in case you run into trouble, check those notches. Then also for the magazines, they have a bit of trick on it. As in the past, usually if you have a design like this, you simply press the main part in, and then you can slide off the whole cover plate here, and that doesn't work. They have a safety built in. Basically you need to press the thing all the way, and then you can press it in. It has there a little bit of lip. It's hard to see, and I can't take it apart because of whiny YouTube. And basically, if you run into trouble, if you have it like that, usually you can't press it in. It won't go in. You need to move it that it then can go in. So that is for sure a nice solution too. Not that we ever had problems with magazine falling apart during military use or something like that, but it's still an additional step, because that spring is under quite some tension with all the rounds in it, and that gives it a bit more secure way with that additional safety that they put in there. Look at it a bit as like a Glock magazine that is not that easy to disassemble too, exactly for that reason, that doesn't come apart while you actually use the gun when it shouldn't come apart. So this gun was used for a good price. Usually you pay for that model around $500 in USA, and this one was slightly used, and it was $369 with tax here in Georgia. And yeah, it's amazing what you can get for little money. The previous owner did not shoot it much. I did look inside, you see that, plus it got cleaned either by the owner or by the gun dealer. So there is plenty life left in that gun for me to test out. The barrel to action to slide play is really tight too. We had there some problems in the past with another product, but the accuracy on this one right out of the box is outstanding. It's a combination of the tight tolerances, of the really good trigger, of the great ergonomics, and the striker is relatively light too, so you don't have much mass going forward as you pull the trigger. The feed ramp was not mirror polished as I got it. It was just I would say regularly polished, but all well. That did work out of the box really well, no problem at all. The rifling is strong in the barrel and all that. We did not see any problems. Now the item was completely dry as it did arrive, so if you get your gun, make sure that you check it and lube it a bit up prior you gonna use it. That for sure makes the item more reliable and easier to use, and longer lasting. It's sometimes a bit strange that often here, at least here in USA, we get firearms that are basically completely dry with only a few spots oiled or greased up. But anyway, so yeah, all in all, absolute great. The color is not of a baby poop or of annoying brown, I would say. I was a bit afraid, I would not say, but I was a bit concerned about it, that maybe the brown would not fit here in the jungle where I live. It's basically darker brown and green and all that, foliage and all that, but the brown that is used on the gun, on the frame, that fits perfectly well into it. That is not too much of a concern. Basically, it looks a bit like the Glock 17 that the French military just adopted. They got a similar color combination there in their case, and yeah, that should work well, really well too. So that much about the canik mete.